In today's video, we're going to walk you through how to correctly add negatives to your Google Ads campaign, which is one of the most important forms of optimization you can take inside Google Ads because you need to make sure that you're minimizing the amount of times that you're appearing for irrelevant search terms that you don't want to appear for. Because if people are clicking on your ads after searching for these irrelevant search terms, your budget obviously isn't being put to the best use possible. And in today's video, we're just going to walk you through how to do that for your own campaign. Now, the first way to do this is that in advance, before you can start launching a campaign, you can come here to search keywords and you'll see the list of keywords that you've actually added to your campaign. But underneath here as well, you're also able to choose negative search keywords. So, like if you know from the beginning that there are keywords that you absolutely don't want to appear for, then you're able to just press the blue icon, plus icon, and add them here at the campaign level from the very beginning, so that you don't have to run the risk of appearing for these search terms at all in the first place. And you can either, if you have things in mind that you already know that you don't want to appear for, you can put them in here. But also, when you're doing your keyword research inside Google's keyword planner, you can also see that you'll have like list of competitor brands and maybe things related to materials and things that just aren't relevant to what you provide. Any of these keyword suggestions inside the keyword planner, you can add these as negatives to the campaign from the beginning, just so that you're not appearing for them at all once the campaign is launched. And that way, the most of your traffic that you're going to be getting from the very beginning is going to be relevant. And you want all of the clicks that you're getting to be from like decent quality traffic that at least have somewhat of a chance of turning into a conversion for your campaign. The next form of actually like adding keywords to your campaign then is by the actual your keywords themselves. So you can look at some of your keywords that have had a lot of impressions, and you're able to see what search terms these keywords actually appeared for. So let's say gutter cleaning here is a phrase match keyword we have for this campaign. We're able to select this individual keyword and press the search terms to see which search terms this actually appeared for. And you can see here that over time we've actually added a lot of negatives um, and negative search terms for this keyword, because we don't mind the keyword itself, but we were still getting quite a few irrelevant search terms appear for it that we didn't want to appear for. And sometimes it's not an issue as much with your keyword itself, but you might be getting some irrelevant search terms, and that if you were to just exclude these, that you can still have a good performing keyword that you can keep running while just eliminating the irrelevant search terms, and you're just getting decent quality traffic from that. But from there, then, where I'd recommend spending most of your time when it comes to adding negative keywords, it would be here in the search terms report. So you come to search terms, and basically what you're going to be doing here is you are going to be going through each of the search terms that your ads have appeared for and deciding whether you're going to add this as a new keyword to your campaign or exclude it as an irrelevant keyword. And just to give you an example of what this one looks like, okay, so let's say just we wanted to add this as a negative keyword. You select it first and you press add it as a negative keyword. And a lot of the time as well, rather than adding it at the ad group level, if we don't want to appear for it at all, we can just decide to exclude it at the campaign level instead. And one thing that's really worth mentioning that I didn't realize at the beginning myself is that you're automatically going to have your negatives be added as exact match negatives, meaning that your ads will only not appear if this exact keyword is searched. But for example, if you didn't want to appear for this at all and somebody searched steam cleaning gutter rather than gutters, then you will appear because it's not exactly the same as this. Whereas, so that means you're just going to have to keep adding more and more negatives and, just wasting a lot of your time. Whereas, if instead we just remove these square brackets, we can add this as a broad match negative instead. And we just pulled up this actual resource here from Google that kind of explains why that for most of the negatives that you add, you just want to add them as a broad match negative rather than like exact match, because it's just going to save you a lot of time. And if you appear for something that is completely irrelevant and has any word at all that you don't want to appear for, that you should just remove the brackets like we did and don't keep the square brackets around it and just add it as a broad match instead. And what this example here basically tells you is that, sticking with the example that we used inside the campaign, let's say if like you were running gutter cleaning as a service, but you don't want to appear for anything that mentions cost, then you can add gutter cleaning cost as a broad match negative because you can still appear for gutter cleaning itself. But basically, if you have anything like cost of gutter cleaning or gutter cleaning cost, you're not going to appear for that. And by adding it as a broad match instead of an exact match negative, you're just going to save yourself a lot of time by having to add, so many different variations of that exact same like cost-based search term. So those are the three main ways you can add negatives to your campaign to minimize the amount of irrelevant traffic that you're appearing for and get the best quality traffic possible for your Google Ads campaign to make the most out of the budget that you're spending. I hope you found this video useful, and if you do have any questions at all, don't hesitate to leave a comment down below. And if you like this kind of content as well, we'll be posting daily content here on the channel, all related to Google Ads. So if you do like this kind of content, feel free to like, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.